It is good to have your company this Sunday morning. Thank you for joining us. Now, asylum seekers who arrive in Australia by boat will be banned from ever entering the country under tough new laws set to be rushed through Parliament next week.
Yep, the ban applies to all adults currently in offshore detention centres and even those who've returned to their homelands but want to visit Australia as tourists. Time now for the Sunday Jury, and joining us today is Shelly Horton of Shell Shocked Media and WSFM's very handsome Brendan Jones.
Hey, how come I'm not handsome?
It goes without saying.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
Now, Shelley, what do you think about this?
Look, I'm just a little bit torn about this because I completely understand that we don't want to be encouraging boat people at all, because we don't want to encourage the people smugglers. I want to know if the message is getting out there so that these people aren't thinking they are going to get asylum. But at the same time, it just makes me feel sick to my stomach to think of these people in Nauru, to think of these people who are completely trapped, and we're spending years processing them. I think we need to spend more money on getting the processing done quickly rather than just saying stop the boats, stop the boats. I just feel it's not a great look for Australia. I think that we're not being very humanitarian.
Claire Harvey had an interesting opinion piece in the paper this morning where she had the photograph of that young boy who was in the building that was bombed
Syria.
and pulled out of the back of the ambulance covered in soot, and saying effectively this child is the reason we need these tough approach to asylum seekers, because it's the legitimate people who really do need to seek asylum who are being put to the back of the line because of that. I mean, is that something that
it is an industry?
Listen to,
and it's an industry, and as Claire says, you know, when that boat tipped up on Christmas Island and all those people drowned, that's what you don't want. No matter what you do, they're going to keep coming. You know, whether you stop the boats or not, it's always going to keep coming. So this is legally, this is what they have to do, because it has become an industry. But I don't have any bigger answers than that.
I understand that if you have tried to seek asylum, that you can't then come back as a tourist, because I think it's too much of a risk. Like we've lost the trust.
But doesn't that sound odd? Don't you think? Let's have a look at this for a minute. So you've come from some war-torn hellhole, and then you leave and go back there, and then you come back as a tourist. I don't understand. You know, that in itself says that, you know, you're not coming from a place where you're in as much trouble as you might have us believe.
And it's also, I think, people who, they're backdating it so that people who are on offshore processing centres, they then also, you know, won't get access to Australia from other countries too. But it begs the question, what about the children who are brought by their parents on the boats too? That is obviously going to be looked at more closely in the legislation. But, you know, should they be caught up inadvertently in this too? Because
they're
they
too young
don't
to
have a
give
choice.
consent. It's not their choice, it's their parents' choice. But of course, their parents are only doing this because they're desperate.
And they want to get a better life for their children.
And I feel for them.
Yep.
It is tough.
Thanks for that giant hot potato.
Well, yeah. Well, we've got.
I thought we're going to be talking about Halloween or something light.
We will do that. We will do that, Jonesy. But we've got more serious matters to discuss as well. Because major flaws in the airport security have also been revealed, with news that a reality TV couple from The Bachelor or Bachelorette were found to be travelling around the country using fake names to try to avoid the paparazzi. They pulled it off, and they managed to get around. I don't know what the fake names were, but they're showing how easy it is to really buck the system.
Don't you have to show ID?
No, you don't.
No.
If you have only carry-on luggage, you don't have to. You can just check in online.
Oh, there you go.
I've often wondered that, because you just stroll onto the plane.
Yeah.
But you can't wear your shoes. Like, it just seems like a huge disconnect that you have to take your shoes off, you have to do all of that for security, but you can be flying under the name Seymour Butts.
Yeah.
You know?
What was the name they were travelling under?
James Cameron.
Was it?
Wasn't it? Yeah, it was a Titanic. Rose from Titanic.
Gee whiz, that's cheesy.
Yeah.
So they weren't like, you know, Daffy Duck. So it wasn't sort of a red flag, you know, hey, Mr. Duck.
I wonder if the people, when they zapped the ticket though, and it came up, if they paid attention to that and thought, no, hang on.
I know these people from that telly show. They don't look like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'd never noticed that. I've never noticed the alias thing before.
Well, you're a huge star.
Ginormous.
I'd imagine that you would have to use
Well, they
fake
don't ask me
names.
when I go on a private jet, you see.
Right.
So it's just
Right. What about in hotels? Do you kind of come up with pseudonyms for that?
I like to go the opposite way, so I go as Osama bin Laden, just to draw some more attention to myself.
Too soon.
He's been dead for years. He's okay.
I reckon.
No, he's not okay. He's terrible.
digging a hole. Hey,
Are we on air?
I reckon Brendan Honno's is better.
Yes.
Oh, man.
That's going to stick. I like it.
Can we have some fun? Do you think
Yeah,
we should
for
have
God's
Yeah,
sake, please.
Okay, well, Halloween's nearly here. We're going to take a look next at whether we should really be celebrating this wonderful event or not. Is that got anything to do with it?
Oh, yeah, they're witches.
Oh, the costumes.
Yeah, I was with you there, though.
Yeah,
Jen, for a
there you
second.
go. That's coming up next.
alive have all been crushed cause of all the witches working.
Oh, get ready to be scared. We are with the jury. It is in session and it is a spooky gavel that I wield today. Can I just do it? Will it break?
There
Oh,
you
it's
go.
in session. Now,
Hang on, I thought this-
My wings just locked over a hand.
I thought
break
this
it.
was a new cooking section. I just thought this was. I thought Gabrielle Gatto's head's going to pop out.
Oh.
but how much do we love Halloween in Australia? Because it's an American tradition. I mean, originated in Europe, Celtic, of course,
Yeah.
but it's been adopted wholeheartedly by Americans and increasingly by Australians. Are you guys fans? You like Halloween?
I think it's fun. And you know what I like about it? I like the sense of community because often in Australia, you can live in a street and not actually get to know your neighbours. But when you have an event like this and there is going to be trick-or-treating, first of all, the parents make sure that it's all going to be okay, so you don't have anything dodgy happening. But you kind of get to know each other, and I think it's quite cute.
Yeah.
Does anyone get caught napping? Like, have you had kids come up near your door and you're like,
Yeah.
I
don't have any
I don't
lollies.
have anything.
Well,
for
because
them.
I'm indifferent to it, and I'm not a bar humbug to Halloween, but I just don't care about it. So little kids come up dressed as ghosts and stuff, and I've got nothing to give them. So I just give them products under my sink. So I gave the kids some dishwasher tablets
Bit of Ajax.
and a scourer. Yeah, they're expensive. You give the kid a good dishwasher, those finished products.
Isn't
they're
the
not
rules?
cheap.
Isn't the rules then
Don't
that
eat it, though.
that your house could be egged or something like that?
Yeah.
You know, aren't you?
You don't...
Well, I could always do with more eggs. So this is it's a
Not
food
smeared
bu-
on the front
No,
door,
you
though.
don't.
What
Yeah.
about this, though? Georgie Gardner doesn't believe in giving candy, so she gives them apples.
Ah, well,
that deserves egging.
I'm going to go and egg that house
Egg.
now.
Well, you know.
On the way home on the bus.
I'm going to egg Georgie's house. I hope you're not egg intolerant, Georgie.
Good morning, Georgie.
Yes. I like Halloween.
fun.
I think it's
Yeah,
fun.
but you're one of those mums that are into it. Do you dress up?
I don't dress up, but I'm with you, Shelley. I think it's a really great way
Yeah.
for communities to kind of get involved, and the kids love it.
Kids
They
look
really
cute.
love it.
You know, you and
Yeah.
Carl should get together, Pete, and do a Halloween trick or treat.
No, we did it last year.
But just as yourselves.
Well, no, I did, yeah.
Just walked around the block.
Yeah, I think Carl went as
It'd be like-
Frankenstein. It was
Really?
Yeah.
Could be like a version of the Krays.
Yeah.
Remember, the Cray
Yeah.
brothers?
The clown. Oh, I thought the crown clay. The crown craze.
No,
I'm
the
thinking
Cray
the Cray brothers.
The Cray brothers.
Yes.
Not the clowns.
Craze.
I don't know who they are. Do you know who they are?
Yeah.
Rob and
the-
Ronnie Cray.
The Cray brothers. Yeah.
Come on, Peter, you're a journo.
You're too young.
You know this stuff.
We'll get you some lollies. Thanks, guys.
What, was that a segment?
Happy Halloween. That was it.
I think we need lollies after that.
Yeah.
Stay with us. Latest news headlines coming up right after the break.